Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRIENDS and Detroit LIONS fans. Let's get to the news now. Lions fans, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you is a game changer. A move that has the potential to reshape the NFC North landscape and elevate Detroit's championship aspirations to new heights. Rumors are swirling around the league. Whispers from sources close to the NFL that the Houston Texans, currently in a bit of a rebuild with a record of 4-4 in 2025, are considering a trade that could shake up the secondary and ultimately the entire division. And yes, that trade involves none other than cornerback Derek Stingley Jr., a player who's been making waves since he was drafted in 2022, the third overall pick, and who has quickly established himself as one of the most promising young defensive backs in the league. So, what's on the table? Well, the Texans are reportedly willing to send Stingley to Detroit in exchange for a second-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. This move would free up around $10 million in cap space for Houston, which they plan to reinvest into their offensive line after a season where quarterback C.J. Stroud posted an impressive PFF grade of 83. 2, and experienced some struggles with pressure, absorbing 24 sacks so far. The Texans are also prioritizing assets to rebuild their interior defensive line, especially given their recent struggles in stopping the run, allowing an average of 4.3 yards per rush, which is quite concerning for a team with playoff aspirations. Now, let's talk a little about why this move makes perfect sense for the Lions. Detroit, sitting at 5-2 in the current season, has been solid, but their secondary has certainly shown some vulnerabilities. With Jeff Okudah out for a few weeks due to an injury, and players like Kirby Joseph dealing with a knee injury that kept him out of Week 9, the Lions' pass defense has been exposed, especially against teams with strong aerial attacks. Their pass ranking has dipped from top 10 to around 16th, and that's not something Lions fans want to see as they aim to contend deep into the postseason. Adding a player like Derek Stingley Jr., who's not just talented but also proven to be a shutdown corner, could be a pivotal move to stabilize their secondary and push their defense to the elite level they're striving for. Let's dive into who Derek Stingley Jr. really is, because this isn't just a name thrown around in rumors. Stingley, drafted in 2022, has already accumulated an impressive 14 interceptions up until September 15, 2025. That's nearly 3 seasons of high-impact plays. His ball-hawking instincts are top-tier, with 60 passes defended and a coverage grade of 93. 5 on PFF, which puts him among the league's best. In 2025 alone, he has already snagged 5 interceptions in just 8 games, including 2 against the Colts in Week 4. His completion allowed percentage stands at an elite 45%, and his EPA per target is at 32, indicating he's not just making plays, but also limiting the effectiveness of opposing quarterbacks. Derek's tackling stats are solid, with 40 tackles this season, and he's also been a force in forcing fumbles for this year alone. Despite Houston's defensive line facing injuries, Stingley has continued to demonstrate his ball skills and coverage ability, forcing 15 missed catches in man coverage, surpassing league averages with a 26% miss rate. His drop rate of only 2% on contested catches is reminiscent of prime Jalen Ramsey, showcasing his ability to read plays and position himself perfectly to make those game-changing plays. His skills aren't just about raw talent. They're about football intelligence, instinct, and a relentless desire to dominate. Now, why would Houston want to trade such a promising player? Well, it's mainly about cap space and rebuilding priorities. The Texans are tight on cap, with only about $8 million available for 2026, and they're looking to invest in their wide receiver core after a season where Brandon Cooks posted a PFF grade of 86. 1. They're also focusing on interior defensive line improvements, especially considering their inability to consistently pressure quarterbacks, which has resulted in just 2.4 sacks per game, a number that needs to go up if they want to compete at a higher level. Trading Stingley, at just 23 years old, not only frees up cap space, but also nets them valuable draft assets to bolster their secondary youth movement. For Detroit, this isn't just about adding a talented corner. It's about turning their secondary into a nightmare for opposing offenses. Pairing Derek Stingley Jr. with Jeff Okuda, assuming he's healthy and ready to go, creates a duo that can lock down top receivers and significantly reduce the number of big plays allowed. The impact on the Lions' defense could be enormous. With Stingley's ability to shadow receivers and his high-level ball skills, the Lions could see their pass defense improve by as much as 8 interceptions over the remainder of the season, and their coverage EPA could jump from -0.13 to an impressive -0.30, according to True Media Analytics. This upgrade in coverage would mean fewer points allowed through the air, dropping from 25 points per game to around 21. It would also help relieve pressure on their front seven, which has been inconsistent with sacks, averaging just 2.9 per game. With a more reliable secondary, the Lions' pass rush could benefit, getting more one-on-one opportunities and creating more sack opportunities for players like Aiden Hutchinson and James Houston. Plus, Stingley's presence would be a vital mentorship for young players like Melifonwu, helping improve third down stops from 41% up to nearly 48%. That's a critical area for any playoff contender, and Detroit's defense could see a real renaissance with this addition. From a broader perspective, this move could have significant playoff implications. The odds of the Lions winning the Super Bowl, currently at +2.0 according to BetMGM, could drop dramatically to +1.0 after the trade. That's a massive boost, comparable to what we saw when Stephon Gilmore joined the Patriots in 2019, boosting their coverage win percentage significantly. And if you look at the upcoming matchups, facing teams like the Bears, with their 220 passing yards per game allowed, having Stingley would give the Lions a real advantage. His ability to limit big plays and provide consistent coverage could be the difference maker in high-stakes playoff games. In terms of the NFC North, this is a move that could reconfigure the division landscape. The Vikings and Packers are both formidable teams, but adding a player like Derek Stingley Jr. gives Detroit a clear edge in the secondary, helping them become more than just a good team, but a real contender. With projected wins increasing by about 2-5 games in simulations, the Lions could be looking at a division title and a deeper playoff run if this trade materializes. So, looking at everything, this potential deal isn't just a move for the present. It's a statement about the Lions' ambitions. They're not content with just making the playoffs. They want to win the Super Bowl, and in today's NFL, that means having a lockdown secondary capable of shutting down the best offenses. The addition of Derek Stingley Jr. would be a massive step toward that goal. It signals a commitment to building a championship-caliber team, one that can withstand the best offenses and dominate through defense as much as through their offensive weapons. And of course, this isn't just about one player or one trade. It's about the bigger picture. The NFL is evolving rapidly, and teams that adapt quickly and make bold moves often come out on top. For the Lions, this could be the move that propels them from a good team to a genuine Super Bowl favorite. Imagine the impact of having a secondary that's not just solid but elite, capable of creating turnovers, limiting big plays, and giving Jared Goff and this high-powered offense even more room to operate. It's a recipe for success, and if this trade happens, Lions fans, you should be excited because your team is positioning itself for a deep postseason run. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think about this potential move? Do you believe Derek Stingley Jr. is the missing piece that can take Detroit over the top? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinions are what make this community so great, and I love hearing your takes on these big NFL storylines. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and news on the Detroit Lions as the season progresses. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, keep loving our Detroit Lions because the best is yet to come.